Hey, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever felt like the more you chase something, the further it seems to run away? You pour your heart and soul into your goals, pushing harder and harder, only to feel like you're stuck in a loop of effort and exhaustion. But what if I told you that the secret to achieving your dreams isn't in the chase, but in the pause? What if the moment you stop forcing things is the moment everything starts falling into place? It's like trying to catch a butterfly. The more you reach for it, the more it flutters away. But when you sit still, it lands gently on your shoulder. That's the magic of surrender, of trusting the flow of life. Think about a river. It doesn't fight its way to the ocean. It doesn't stress over the rocks or the bends in its path. It simply flows, trusting that it will reach its destination in its own time. And it always does. Life works the same way. When you stop struggling against the current, you start moving with it effortlessly. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young artist named Sam. Sam had big dreams. He wanted his work to be seen by the world, to inspire people, to make a living doing what he loved. But no matter how hard he tried, nothing seemed to work. He painted day and night, promoted his art on every platform, and even reached out to galleries. But success felt like a distant mirage. One day, exhausted and frustrated, Sam decided to take a step back. He stopped obsessing over the outcome and simply focused on creating art that brought him joy. He painted for the love of it, not for the recognition. And then, something incredible happened. People started noticing. Opportunities began to flow in. Galleries reached out to him. His art began to sell. It was as if the universe had been waiting for him to let go before it could give him everything he'd been working for. This is the power of detaching from the outcome. When you stop clinging to the how and the when, you create space for life to surprise you. It's not about giving up on your dreams. It's about trusting that they'll come to you in the right way at the right time. Now let's talk about your mindset. Your thoughts are like seeds. Plant negativity, and you'll grow weeds. Plant positivity, and you'll cultivate a garden of possibilities. Every thought you have shapes your reality. When you master your mindset, you stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the creator of your life. Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic. You're late for an important meeting. Your first instinct might be to panic, to stress, to curse the universe for this inconvenience. But what if, instead, you took a deep breath and thought, "This is an opportunity to pause, to gather my thoughts, to arrive with clarity." That shift in perspective changes everything. It's not about ignoring the challenges. It's about facing them with a calm, focused mind. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Think about that. Your happiness isn't determined by what happens to you, but by how you respond to it. When you master your thoughts, you master your life. And finally, let's talk about timing. We live in a world that glorifies speed. We want everything now: success, love, answers. But the truth is, some of the most beautiful things in life take time. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. A masterpiece isn't created in a day. Trusting in divine timing means understanding that everything happens when it's meant to. There's a story about a man who planted a bamboo tree. He watered it every day, but for years nothing happened. No sprout, no growth, just dirt. But he didn't give up. He kept watering, kept believing. And then, in the 5th year, the bamboo shot up 90 feet in just 6 weeks. The truth is, it had been growing underground all along, building a strong foundation. Life works the same way. Just because you can't see progress doesn't mean it's not happening. Trust the process. So, how do you stop chasing and start attracting? First, detach from the outcome. Focus on your actions, not the results. Second, master your mindset. Choose thoughts that empower you, not ones that hold you back. And finally, trust in divine timing. Let go of the need to control everything and believe that what's meant for you will find you. When you stop chasing, you start living, and that's when the magic happens. Here's the reality. Everything unfolds at the right time when you remain patient. The problem is, most of us are conditioned to expect instant results. We live in a world where everything is fast. Fast food, fast information, instant gratification. But some things, the truly important things, can't be rushed. They need time to develop, to grow, and to mature. Just like planting a seed, if you rush the process, you damage the potential for it to bloom. But if you trust in the timing of nature, in the divine order of things, you will see the beauty of everything coming together when it's meant to. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Epictetus once said, "No great thing is created suddenly." That's a powerful reminder. The things that are truly worth having, whether it's success, wisdom, relationships, or even personal growth, don't happen overnight. They require patience, persistence, and trust. You don't need to rush or force anything. Just keep doing the right things, keep showing up, and know that the right opportunities will come at the right time. The universe has a way of working things out when you stop trying to control everything. Let me share a story. A friend of mine, let's call her Sophie, was obsessed with achieving success in her career. She worked tirelessly, pushing herself harder and harder, trying to make things happen on her own terms. But the more she rushed, the more frustrated she became. Every door seemed to close, and she felt like she wasn't making progress. One day, she decided to take a step back. She stopped forcing things and began focusing on her growth instead, improving her skills, building her network, and trusting that things would unfold when the time was right. Over time, opportunities started appearing naturally. What she had once forced now seemed to flow effortlessly into her life. Sophie realized that when she let go of the need to rush, she opened herself up to the right timing. So, how do you trust in divine timing? First, let go of the need for control. Stop trying to force things to happen when they're not ready. Second, focus on your growth, not the outcome. Invest in yourself, and trust that the right opportunities will present themselves when you're ready. And finally, be patient. Understand that everything has its time, and rushing only leads to frustration. At the end of the day, trusting in divine timing is an act of faith. When you let go and allow life to unfold, you create the space for the right things to come to you. Don't rush the process. Trust that everything will happen when it's meant to. Now let's talk about the difference between acting with purpose and acting out of desperation. It's easy to get caught in the rush, especially when you feel like time is running out or that success is just beyond your reach. In these moments, the temptation to act out of desperation can be strong. You push, you chase, you scramble for results. But here's the truth. Desperation repels success. When you act out of fear or urgency, you only attract more of the same: frustration, confusion, and missed opportunities. True success comes when you act with calm, consistent purpose, not out of frantic energy. Here's the reality. Calm, consistent action draws success toward you. Success doesn't come from force. It comes from steady movement in the right direction. When you know where you're going and take purposeful steps, success will follow naturally. It's not about rushing or trying to outpace everyone else. It's about moving with clarity, confidence, and intention. When you move with a clear purpose, you magnetize success. People can feel that calm confidence. Desperation, on the other hand, always leaves a mark. People can sense it when you're just trying to get ahead quickly, and it doesn't inspire trust or attraction. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This is the essence of purposeful action. It's about first knowing who you want to become, your vision, your values, your purpose, and then taking the actions that align with that. When you align your actions with your inner purpose, your steps become more confident and focused. You're no longer moving out of desperation, but from a place of deep alignment and belief in yourself. Let me share a story. A man I know, let's call him Jack, was struggling in his career. He was pushing hard, trying to get noticed, chasing opportunities left and right. But no matter what he did, he wasn't seeing the results he wanted. One day, he realized something. He had been acting from desperation. He was so focused on getting ahead that he wasn't focusing on the why behind his actions. Once he took a step back, he started acting with more purpose. He got clear on what he wanted, set goals based on his values, and began taking consistent, thoughtful steps. Over time, the opportunities started to come to him, and they felt aligned with who he was becoming, not just with what he was chasing. So, how do you act with purpose instead of desperation? First, get clear on who you want to be. Take a moment to define your values and your vision. Second, trust the process. Focus on taking one step at a time, knowing that each action is moving you closer to your goal. And finally, move with quiet confidence. Let go of the need to rush and trust that success will come when you align your actions with your purpose. At the end of the day, purposeful action is the key to long-term success. When you act with calm, steady intention, you create the space for success to flow to you naturally. Move with purpose, not desperation, and watch how everything starts to align in your favor. Now let's talk about one of the most liberating concepts you can embrace: letting go of control. In a world where we're constantly trying to control every outcome, every situation, and every person around us, it's easy to get caught in a cycle of worry. We worry about the things we can't change, obsess over what might go wrong, and stress over what's beyond our reach. But here's the truth: worrying over what you can't control is wasted energy. You can't control other people's actions, the future, or even the weather. What you can control is yourself, your actions, your mindset, and your response to the world around you. Here's the reality: when you focus on mastering yourself, you free yourself from the weight of trying to control everything else. The more you try to control the uncontrollable, the more stressed and overwhelmed you become. But when you focus on your own growth, your own responses, and your own peace of mind, everything else falls into place. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter and start living with more clarity, calm, and purpose. Instead of spinning in circles trying to control the uncontrollable, you move forward with intention, knowing that your power lies in how you respond, not in how the world behaves. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." Think about that. True freedom doesn't come from controlling the world, it comes from letting go of the need to control it. When you stop worrying about what you can't change, you create the space to live fully in what you can influence. You stop reacting out of fear and start responding with calm, wisdom, and focus. Let me share a story. A woman I know, let's call her Anna, was always anxious about the future. She'd worry about things that were beyond her control, like how others would perceive her or what would happen in her career. The more she worried, the more paralyzed she became, and the less progress she made. One day, she decided to shift her mindset. Instead of trying to control every outcome, she focused on what she could control: her actions, her attitude, and her effort. She started taking small, purposeful steps toward her goals, letting go of the need to predict or control the future. Over time, she noticed a shift. Opportunities began to appear, and she felt more at peace. By letting go of control, she found freedom. So how do you let go of control? First, focus on what you can influence. Take charge of your actions, your mindset, and your responses. Second, release the need to predict or manipulate outcomes. Trust that life will unfold as it should. And finally, embrace the present moment. When you stop worrying about the future or obsessing over the past, you create space for peace and clarity. At the end of the day, letting go of control is about reclaiming your power. It's about choosing to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your peace, and your purpose. When you do that, everything else falls into place. She focused on mastering her reactions and taking control over her daily actions. She worked on being present, being intentional, and letting go of the need to micromanage her life. Slowly but surely, she started feeling more at peace. Opportunities came to her effortlessly, and she realized that when she let go of control, life flowed in ways she hadn't expected. So how do you let go of control? First, focus on what you can control: your thoughts, your actions, and your responses. Second, release the need to have everything go according to plan. Trust that what's meant for you will unfold naturally. And finally, embrace the unknown. Understand that life is unpredictable, and that's okay. At the end of the day, true freedom comes from releasing the need to control everything around you. When you focus on mastering yourself, you open yourself up to peace, growth, and the flow of life. Let go of control and watch how much lighter life feels. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful shifts you can make in your life: embodying the energy of abundance. So often we find ourselves chasing after what we think we lack. We are constantly striving for more money, more success, more recognition. But here's the truth: instead of chasing what you lack, live as if you already have it. When you live in the energy of abundance, you stop focusing on what's missing and start focusing on what's already available to you. This simple mindset shift transforms your perspective and opens you up to new opportunities. Here's the reality: living as if you already have what you desire shifts your entire reality. When you believe you already possess the abundance you seek, you begin to act in alignment with that belief. You become more confident, more focused, and more receptive to opportunities. Instead of waiting for something external to change before you feel abundant, you tap into the internal energy of abundance. And this inner wealth attracts more of what you desire into your life because you're no longer coming from a place of scarcity or lack. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Epictetus once said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Think about that. True wealth isn't about accumulating things. It's about how little you actually need. When you cultivate an attitude of abundance, you realize that you already have everything you need to create the life you want. This shift from scarcity to abundance frees you from the constant chase, allowing you to appreciate what's already in your life and to trust that more is always on its way. Let me share a story. A man I know, let's call him James, was always striving for more. He believed that once he achieved a certain goal, once he had a certain amount of money or success, then he would feel complete. But the more he chased, the further away fulfillment seemed. One day, he stopped. He decided to live as if he already had everything he needed. He started practicing gratitude for what he already had: his health, his relationships, his skills. And slowly, he realized something powerful. The more he embraced the energy of abundance, the more opportunities flowed to him. He began to attract the very things he had been chasing, but without the desperation or anxiety. The moment he embodied abundance, the universe started to mirror that energy back to him. So how do you embody the energy of abundance? First, practice gratitude. Focus on what you already have rather than what you lack. Second, let go of attachment to outcomes. Trust that what's meant for you will come, and act as though it's already yours. And finally, shift your mindset. Start living with the belief that you are already abundant, and watch how your reality starts to reflect that belief. At the end of the day, true abundance comes from within. When you stop chasing what you think you lack and start living from a place of already having it, you shift your energy and attract everything you desire. Embody the energy of abundance and watch how your life transforms. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful ways to move forward in life: taking aligned action and then letting go. Too often we fall into the trap of doing everything we can to force results. We push, we stress, and we try to control the outcome, believing that if we work harder or worry more, things will happen faster. But here's the truth: do the work, then release the need for immediate results. The more you focus on forcing things to happen, the more resistance you create. True success comes from taking purposeful action, then letting go of the attachment to how or when the results will show up. Here's the reality: what's meant for you will come naturally when you release the need to control the timing. When you align your actions with your purpose, you're already moving in the right direction. The key is to stay consistent, trust the process, and have patience. The results you're hoping for will come in their own time, and sometimes they'll come in a way you never expected. The universe doesn't work on your timeline, it works on its own. So the more you let go of the need to control everything, the more smoothly things will flow in your life. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Seneca once said, "Effort and patience will achieve more than force and anxiety." Think about that for a moment. The Stoics knew that effort without anxiety, patience without desperation, brings more peace and greater results. When you're constantly pushing, stressing, and worrying, you're only creating mental clutter that blocks your progress. But when you let go of anxiety and trust the process, the results will come naturally, and you'll find that success isn't as far away as you thought. Let me share a story. A woman I know, let's call her Grace, was struggling to grow her business. She was working long hours, chasing every opportunity, and constantly worrying about her success. But the harder she worked, the more stressed she became, and the less she saw the results she wanted. One day, a mentor of hers gave her a piece of advice. Take the aligned action you know is right, then let go of the outcome. Trust that what's meant for you will come. Grace started focusing on doing the work with intention and stopped worrying about when things would change. Within a few months, things started to fall into place. Opportunities came naturally, and she realized that the key was not in forcing the results, but in trusting the process. So, how do you take aligned action and let go? First, focus on what you can control. Take the actions that align with your values, and trust that the rest will fall into place. Second, practice patience. Understand that results take time, and the right outcomes will come when they're meant to. And finally, release the need to control everything. Let go of the outcome, and trust that what's meant for you is already on its way. At the end of the day, effort and patience will always yield better results than force and anxiety. Take aligned action, then let go of the rest, and watch how everything starts to unfold naturally. Success will come when you stop chasing it and simply trust the process.